Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a requested video. I'm going to be making a lid for my box that I made, and this is a 9-inch square box. I determined my sizes depending on what I need, where it's going, so you can totally customize this stuff. Which I always have a hard time finding my storage boxes and storage solution stuff in stores, so I really like making my own. With that said, when you cut your box, and I do have a tutorial on how I build my boxes, and I will link it below for you. And but when I build my boxes and know I'm going to put a lid on it, I do two different things. One, I do not build my lid, cut my lid until this is done. Because with this being, the base is 9-inch square. But when you add the sides to it, you're adding a little bit of extra on there. So it is a notch right under the 9, right over the 9. So if you do a 9, your lid, if you cut it the same exact measurements as your base, your lid will not fit, and that isn't good. So I buy my chipboard in bulk and big sheets, and I need to cut more, so I thought I'd bring you guys with me so you guys can see that. I will link below where I get my chipboard. It is one of those, the more you buy, the cheaper it is, but you can also buy a good sized chipboard for like, oh gosh, I think it's $1.30 or something like that, not counting shipping. The other thing to take into account when you're doing a lid is, I was debating about doing a lid on this, but I'm not going to, because see how far up? I didn't make these sides a lot tall enough, which is fine because I really like the look of this just being open. But because this isn't, because I have such a gap right here with my thing, if I added a lid, it would squish the tops of my tags, and that's the last thing we want when we work so hard to make such beautiful tags. So you need, the box that you're going to build needs to actually not have your product sticking out at the top. It's been a long time since I made boxes, and I completely forgot that aspect of it when I made that tag box, or else I might have made it taller. So I'm going to get set up in the other camera angle and show you guys how I prep my chipboard. Okay, so as you can see, this is a huge sheet. It is 22 by 28. Now, I cut these all depending on what I'm building. So if I know I'm going to be making books out of this, my journal covers, I cut it down to 9. If I'm making my boxes for my 12 by 12 paper, I cut them to a little bit over 12. Because this, I'm going to need it a little bit bigger. I'm cutting this at 10. And I apologize for the noise that you will hear. My son earned his video game time and is playing. So I have a ruler. This is just a quilting ruler, a quilt cutting mat that's 24 by 36. It accidentally got warped, so I can't really use it for fabric, so I use it for chipboard, which works perfect. So I just line this up at this edge, line it down at the bottom so it nestles right in the corner. Let me see if there we go. So it nestles right in this corner. I'm going to move it over so it's easier for me to cut. And I'm going to mark this at a 10. So I do a 10 at the top and make sure it lines up and lines up at the bottom. And then I just put my whole pressure weight on here and I cut. And I make multiple cuts, and I am just using a regular razor blade. Make sure you don't cut your board. So I don't use this for fabric anymore. This is strictly for cutting chipboard. This ruler is. Okay, so once I get a few good cuts, what I do then is fold it over. Like what I do when I am cutting on my cutter, I open it and then I'm cutting right along this edge. So it's still bent. And I need to, this is a very dull blade. It's well used, so I really need to change my blade. So there's this. Now, if I'm doing 9, I can get 3 rows out of this. And with those 3 rows, I can get 1 full journal out of 1 row. And then a cover out of another row. So out of 2 rows, I can have 3 journal covers. So economically, that's why I use this, because it's just a lot cheaper, in my opinion, than buying the 12 by 12 sizes that you can get. You know, using cereal boxes is fabulous, and product boxes like that is great. But if you're making a whole lot and you only have so many of those boxes, I find this more economical. I do not know if I do not know if this is something that they will ship out of the country, out of the US. I have no idea. So I'm actually going to do this one at 12.5 because I need to make my mom a box for, actually I'm going to do it at, 12.5. I'm making my mom a 12 by 12 box to hold her 12 by 12 paper, and I will be doing another tutorial sometime on that. I will be recording the process on how I do that. So I'm going to finish cutting this, and then I will show you how I make the lid. Okay, so we have we're going to set the box aside. I'm going to cut the lid at 9 1/4. That way it will overlap, and my sides of my lid is actually going to be 1 1/2. So let's go 9 1/4. And put that over and do, oh, that's the other side I just did. Okay, 9 1/4. And then these are going to be 9 1/4 by 2. Nope, sorry, 1.5 is what I said. Actually, I'm going to go to 1 3/4 just to give it a little bit more of a lip. It really does, you don't want to go under 1.5, but you don't want it like the full 4 inches because that would look really weird. At least, in my opinion, it would look kind of weird. Cutting chipboard definitely dulls your plates. But look at the difference. So much better when you have fresh blades. All right. So that will fit really good right on top. And then the side, when we put our sides on, it'll only overlap like that, which will give it a good, it'll look good. And if you want to add a hinge and do it as a hinge, that's a different way to do a top. I do not have any of the materials at the house right now to do a hinge. But if you want to learn how to make a hinged box, let me know and I'll hunt down the materials I need for it. I haven't made one of those in quite a while. Okay, so I have a bunch of these, and these are going to need to be cut down. Okay, so we have all of our hinges made, and now we just need to attach them. And this is just tacky glue that I'm using. And I will fast forward through this so you guys can watch, but it won't take up, hopefully, a lot of time. Okay, so now we have the part of the base, but we have to do these corners. And I keep all of my little pieces because I never know what size will be useful for these. So I'm just going to go through here and see if I have more than just the one that will look good. Oh, okay, so I'm going to fold these. Get how many I need. And put them on. So I just keep this little thing of different hinges, and I'll use them in my scrapbook, in my junk journals, when I make my mini album scrapbooks. So I don't really throw them away unless this gets over full, and then I do. not over, so what I'm doing is snipping it and just rolling it over to the other side. There we go. Okay. So, when doing these, difference, you need to put decorative paper on these inside and the outside. I mean, I guess you really don't have to do the inside if you don't want to, but I like to. So here's how the lid will fit, nice and snug. And we're going to decorate the outside of it. And we'll just keep that there while I pick out the paper for it. I am using Tim Holtz. And these will be cut down to a little over 9-inch square. And the sides will be a little 1.5, a little under. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to look at. So we have our paper picked out. I'm going to do this for the front. So top part, I just think it's really gorgeous. So I'm going to do the notch right between, well, I'll do 1 and 9 and like this notch right here. That is, sorry, well, I will be doing that notch right between the 1 and 9 1/4 and 9. And this will be square, since this is a square box. And that will fit really nicely. Okay, and this is going to be my inside. So we're going to cut this the same. Okay, now this one I'm cutting the width the same. Sorry about that. And the height, we're gonna go on the big notch right between 1.5 and 1 3/4. Okay, so now that we have all the paper picked and cut, this is what it's gonna, this is gonna be my top. And put my box right over there. And we'll give it a good cover of the black as a border. And then I have this for my inside piece. Oh, I forgot to do the inside of this. Eek. That is not good. Okay, we need to do this. And these are my sides. So these will go in right in the side. And I didn't have enough to do all of them, so one of them is a little off, which honestly I can't tell which one it is, so I guess it really doesn't matter. So, oh, here, this is the one that's off. So this is going to go on the inside. So I'm going to fast forward this part while I finish this top part, which I cannot believe I forgot that, and get all this put on. Now, when I'm smoothing this, I'm going to put my hand on the inside of this, so I have support just to rub this over, and basically I'm just trying to rub it down and help smooth out some of the glue. But you want that little bit of support in there so you don't actually ruin your lid. That would be really bad. I do the same on the side, I put my hand on here to give it the pressure it needs for the sighting. So here's our lid, and there are little bits of pieces that didn't get enough glue on the edge. So I just lift those up and add a dab and keep going. Just put a little pressure on there so they get on. And if you want, I don't do this, probably because I'm too lazy to be honest. I'm a very kind of a lazy crafter in that sense. But you can totally Mod Podge over this or put some glue on and over the top to help seal it. But it's really not, I've never seen a need for it. So here's our box we started with. The lid fits on perfectly. There we go. That is how to make a lid. And so I will be doing I don't know if I'm going to put, yeah, I'm going to put my label right here. So let me get the material for that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm deciding not to do a label. I'm going to actually put a cluster on here. That way I know this is my cluster box, because I can't spell, so, and I figured this is really cute. So why not? Okay, so there we go. here's our box for our clusters, and here is all of my clusters, finished clusters now. So I'll be able to just rummage through and find them. I'm going to make another one this size for my belly bands and stuff like that, and just stack them on top of each other. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, I would make the lid a little, after you put the decorated paper on, it is a little tight to get on and off, which is fine. So I would definitely make this lid 8.5, a half an inch. So make your lid a half an inch bigger than what your box is. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to see more organizing stuff like this that I do, let me know with a thumbs up and a comment below, either or both. If you're thinking of subscribing, that would be awesome. Thank you. And I will see you all next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye.